me right now. This is crazy.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the podcast. Let's do it. What up, Mr. Enzo?
Yo.
Episode
What's going
12 of the Shake and Break Show. What's shaking and what's breaking this week in the hobby, my dude?
National, baby.
Dude, it was as the kids would say, a motion picture.
It was a motion picture. Good way to describe it.
I mean, obviously. But yeah, before, because we got a lot to talk about when it comes to national. But we're gonna do a little bit of icebreaker. I got this for you this week. You have to cook an appetizer, a dinner, and a dessert to impress someone. If they like the meal, you get $5 million. If they say it's average or worse, you lose your left hand. What are you cooking?
Oh, man. All right, so appetizer, entree, dessert. Okay. Appetizer, we're going to go with a nice spinach artichoke dip and some pita bread.
Ooh.
Okay, because that's my personal favorite. It's like perfect appetizer.
Are you making the pita, or are you gonna just warm it up? Or what are you gonna be doing?
No, bro. This is my livelihood on the line. I'm a breaker, bro. We're making the pita ourselves, homemade from scratch.
Yep.
A little olive oil, a little sea salt. Put them in the oven for a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm here for this. This.
Entree, I'm gonna do what I do best. And I'm gonna cook some prime rib on the cast iron, and we're gonna go garlic butter basting method. I haven't had a better steak that I've made than that. So I'm gonna cook that. We'll do some grilled asparagus. Again, a little olive oil, a little sea salt. You know what I mean? Ingredients for love, and some homemade mash.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we got mashed potatoes, grilled asparagus, prime rib for our entree.
Okay.
And then for dessert, I'm gonna knock them off their socks, bro.
Okay. What's he got?
And you know I'm Cuban. So you know what I'm about to say.
There's only two answers.
I'm gonna make them both: tres leche and flan.
Let's go. Those are the two answers. Ding, 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 ding. Bro, look, everyone knows flan, pero some tres leche. Yo, man.
Nah, bro.
If it's done right, there's really no topping that. All right, yeah, no, I think you're gonna get $5 million in this scenario.
I hope so.
No, I know so. I'm very, very confident in that. All right, for me, I'm gonna go some caprese salad with like some really bomb balsamic that like you can't really mess up. It's very simple, flavorful, boom.
I like it.
Entree, you already know, making a pot of gravy, and I'm throwing in all the works. I'm throwing some steak bones with some steaks in there. I'm going meatballs, sausage, everything I can fit in that pot is going in that pot, and it's going to cook all damn day, and it's going to be the best thing ever.
You've already earned the $5 million.
Yeah, dessert's a little tricky, bro, because I'm not even like a dessert guy.
You're a fun guy.
That's why they call me Mushroom in the hood. No, for dessert, I think I would go. This is gonna sound silly, but I think I can pull off some like perfect chocolate chip cookies with some nice ice cream. If I have like money and time to prep, I could buy an ice cream machine and like go all out. But if not, get some gourmet ice cream with some nice fresh baked chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
I'm
here for this.
Yeah, no, that's and quite honestly, if I walked away short of left arm, hold on, let me fix that.
Hello. You missed it.
Weird.
I moved my head up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no.
There we go. But if I walked away short of left arm, I feel like at that point I deserve it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. We can talk about what we make. Execution is a different beast. As long as it's not timed, I feel like I'm good. I'm like a very leisurely like chef, you know what I mean? Like I kind of take my time with it, throw on a little music.
Yeah.
You know, I really take time for the prep. Yeah, if it was time, bro, sorry.
You couldn't do
another breaker.
Couldn't do any chopped, you know?
Nah, man, that's not me.
You would be chopped?
I'd be chopped. I'd be the first one off the show.
All right, so you all know we like to talk about food, so let's keep it going. Best thing you ate during the trip to Chicago? What was the best thing you had in Chicago?
I think I'm going to speak for both of us here, but obviously I'll let you say your piece, but you know where I'm going.
Yeah, I do.
We were shocked that the best food we ate in Chicago was inside of the Rivers Casino. And it was the Asian noodle place, Mian. So we're sitting there one night. We're like, what should we do for dinner? And I had spotted this Asian restaurant by the baccarat tables in the Rivers. And I was like, man, we should definitely go over there and test it out. It was late. It was a later dinner, like 10 or 11, I think, because we had just got done streaming that day, got home, showered, relaxed a little bit. And, you know, we walk up. It's a small place. Like there's just like, maybe like 10 tables out in the front.
Yeah.
And I asked the lady, I'm like, oh man, you know, we've got 7. She goes, no worries. I got you. Come this way. And so I'm like, all right, well, there's like a separate section. So maybe there's more tables back there. No, she took us to our private room. So we had our own room with like our own TV. We had water on the table already. And then the food was amazing, bro. It was so authentic. It's one thing I really like is like Japanese food, and I love Japanese, Vietnamese, and so like there's a place here in Tallahassee that does it really authentic, and this Mian was like right up there with them.
Nah, dude, it was really good. I'll also say I didn't eat any of it sober. However, it was a very, very great experience overall. The staff was awesome, especially with the group that we had. The staff really took care of us. It was definitely my favorite thing I ate when I was up there was boat, because we went 2 nights. That's how good it was the first night. We had to spin the block.
That's usually a rule for us too. It's like,
dude, because we like food and we like to try different things, and like especially in a new city. And we were like, nah, we got to spin the block, and we did it. We hit that spot again and got the private room again, and it was fantastic. Yeah. I will also say, I like Chicago deep dish pizza. Also, I cannot eat that all the time. I ate it twice when I was up there, and I won't touch it probably for another year. If that, because I don't really go out of my way out here in Tampa to get Chicago style pizza. It was good.
Yeah.
I don't really like get the hype, other than that it's different. It's very different from standard pizza. And that part of it I like, but I couldn't eat that all the time.
Yeah, no, I tend to agree. It was good though. Like, don't get me wrong.
This one's for sure.
Rank the places. Giordano's was better than Lou's. And that Chicago style they did, it was pepperoni, mushroom, green peppers, and onions. And I felt like that was good. There's a good amount of cheese in it. Like, we went extra cheese on the second one. I think that was a mistake.
I think so too.
Because it was too much. Crazy, right? Too much cheese.
There was like too much of everything. But again, that's like what makes that type of pizza. And the pricing on it is pretty wild. I know most places, especially in cities, you're looking at $25, $30 for a large pizza, so I get it. But this was $55 for a large pizza. And again, we didn't even kill the two of them the second time with the six of us. We didn't even come close. I think we really like could have got one and been fine.
Yes.
But again, overall, solid experience with both. I agree. Giordano's was definitely. It also, dude, we had it like hot out the oven as opposed to delivery. I was about to say that. It was definitely, fresh as opposed to delivery. And no, it's not DiGiorno's. So just real quick, because I seen in chat, Bowen's telling us that tavern style is actually Chicago style. While I understand that, I feel like a lot of other places do tavern style. Now, I know Chicago's like known for it, and there's not a lot of other places that are, but like that's something I can get in Florida as opposed to like there's not really a deep dish spot out here.
There used to be in Tampa way back when. I forget the name of it. We would go there when I was a kid. Obviously, it was unremarkable, right?
Exactly. Rule is a pizza cannot cost more than a Marlin's PYT. That's a good rule.
That's a good rule to live by.
Oh, man. But the trip was phenomenal. It was a lot of fun. Saw a lot of cool stuff at the show. But I mean, again, for me, the highlights for me were hanging out with all of you all, getting to meet so many people that we interact with on a daily basis, people we break for, people that grade with us, that can sign with us, people that are just our friends from Twitter or from the Discord. It was just really cool to get to actually like shake your hand,
I want to
shake your hand.
I want to shake his hand.
My ultimate highlight, aside from getting to actually break live from the show, which had its issues, which we'll get into a little later, but ultimately, that was a lot of fun. That was a big highlight. And then, of course, getting to hug Bourbon was probably the biggest highlight of my trip.
Yeah. Dude, it was good, man. It was super stressful with the streaming issues. Really nothing on the ISO end of things. It was really the internet.
The internet was brutal. And, I thought we were like, oh, we got a vendor pass. We got the hard line. Nah, dude, it did not matter.
Yeah, no, I mean, at one point we were actually getting a better speed and less latency going wireless through the alt Wi-Fi, which was crazy. It changed later in the day, and we had to switch to wired. But yeah, at one point the Ethernet was that slow. So I don't know if it's like a Chicago Convention Center thing, or maybe they didn't realize how many people were going to be there, because I know the attendance was the biggest that it's ever been. They've already put out a tweet that it was the most highly attended national ever. So maybe that's part of it. But yeah, for me, it was cool walking around. I like walking around the show. I did actually make a couple of deals, which is pretty unusual. Me and Bowen were actually walking around the show floor, and I saw a Wander And the way I do it is, like we talked about it in last episode, I kind of walk up, I'm like, okay, he's got a price at 85, or I'll ask him the price, and then I like walk away, get on my phone, 130 point it. Real quick, shout out to T-Mobile, dude. That 5G was on point this trip. Really saved me on that front. But I checked comps, went back to the guy, said, "Hey, would you do 70?" He's like, "Call it 75, and you pay for half my lunch." Like, well, if you can tell me where to get lunch for $10 in this city, I'll definitely take it. And then I bought a No-Cone Dynasty from Mealy Pops, which is funny because they're like 2 hours from me.
Yeah, and you never bought anything from them before, but
never bought anything from them before.
Had to go to Chicago.
To buy from the place in my backyard.
Yeah. Speaking of backyards, bro, it was hot in that convention center. I felt like I was outside.
Yeah, it was bad. It was humid, which you talked about it. It is not great for expensive older cards. You know what I mean? Like humidity can ruin cards finish. It was bad. I thought I was in Florida again.
Yeah, no, it was
nighttime. It's like nighttime in Florida. What are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean, some AC company could come out and put some units in these buildings, some portable Johns, and get some real good advertisement for the free and really cool these places off. Because, dude, it's always something. And this year, I think it actually, like, the air conditioning died on Friday. And it's like, what? You just can't.
It definitely did.
Can't have that.
Yeah, man. But I mean, again, the best part was meeting everybody. Got to meet a ton of people from the Break Club, which was awesome. We had Caleb was hanging out with us one day. I think that was Saturday. That was cool. We had Steve Bald Eagle come by. E. Martin, Nick Holland. Met 913 cards. Talked for a little bit. One day I just saw him on the floor and we kind of talked some Bowman.
JJ.
Yeah, JJ was hanging out and being creepy, which was cool. Got to see that live. Oh, hey, JJ, what's up? And JJ actually made me break Bowman, so that was cool too because we really didn't have any on the docket. And then JJ looked at me and he was very disappointed in me.
He was so sad with
disappointment.
You.
Yeah, that disappointment led me to us buying a box of 22 Bowman. I can't be the Bowman guy if I don't break Bowman in National.
He's not wrong, man. I think he said those words as one singular tear fell down his eye.
Yeah. And then obviously the No Float Nation, man. That was awesome getting everybody together in one place. We went to Dave & Buster's with the Break Club crew. We were all together. That was actually probably the highlight of the trip for me as far as like hangouts go.
Yeah.
Because like we weren't streaming, like we were like actually just able to like
relax.
Take a off pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So with that, the show being as crazy as it was, Hobby's dead, right? Hobby's dead?
Bro, Hobby's so far from dead. People say it all the time on Twitter, and it's just like they'll take pictures of their retail shelves showing that nobody's buying the stuff. And I think the Hobby isn't dead. The Hobby is smarter.
It's growing.
It's
learning.
Smart.
Yes.
It's learning. It's like an advanced machine.
I agree.
Like we realize now, like, okay, maybe I shouldn't pick up this Prism Blaster. Maybe I can just join 3 No Flow stack rips. Let's ride.
It's not wrong though.
But you know what I mean? Like we talked about that. Like I ripped blasters in my car, and I was like, I could have bought 10 stack rip spots for these blasters, and I maybe kept like 3 cards, and to put the rest in the donate pile.
Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely changed, and I don't think that the people that really hate on it, I don't think that they like fully understand the evolution that's kind of happening. And shit, I don't, I'm not, some soothsayer. I don't think it's dying in any way. I think it's growing, and I think more and more people are enjoying it.
100%, dude. There was the amount of kids. Somebody actually said it. I forget who talked to us about it, but the amount of kids walking around there with like $1,500 slabs.
He was Paul Lesko.
Yeah, Paul Lesko. I'm telling y'all right now, you better sharpen up, dude, because these kids are coming quick. Pause.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, but seriously, these kids are they're learning. They're wheeling and dealing, man. I've seen videos of it, like, but yeah, like I witnessed a kid like pull up to his booth, and I'm just like staring at him, right? And he like opens his case. I'm like, yeah, maybe like a patch card or something. Nah, bro, this guy pulls out like a Joe Burrow rookie National Treasure auto. I'm like, what in the world have I done wrong?
Yeah, no.
And I didn't get to talk to him because he was in the middle of a deal. I was gonna ask him, like,
of course he was.
That.
That's how.
And
he was in the middle of a deal.
Right. And I assume his answer would be like, yeah, I traded up. You know what I mean? I mowed 500 lawns.
Yeah, nah. So these kids are built different, man, and people get hate all
hope.
They want.
There's hope for the future, bro. There's hope for the future. Like, people are always talking about kids these days are lazy. You go to that show, you might change your outlook.
Mm-hmm. And sure, there's definitely kids that like just run their parents' credit cards. Like, we get it. But the kids that we saw at the show were like actively trading, and like their dad was security like 15 feet away. Like, it's not like the dad was sitting there like, yo, like, you gotta get this. No. The kids were making the deals, and they were making deals with grown adults that were like running booths. It's really incredible.
Yeah, like one kid,
I just got a lot of respect.
He's like,
for
Dad,
that.
go away.
Yeah, he's like, yo, back off me, bro.
In the middle of a 10K deal, Dad.
Yeah, and again, like I respect that type of hustle. So kudos to those out there that are young and making things happen here in the hobby, because y'all are the future and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we've talked a little bit about it, but breaking from national, overall experience, go.
It was an amazing experience. It was a frustrating experience. It was an exhausting experience, and also a gratifying experience, all in one thing.
Wow.
Yeah. So obviously we had stream issues. Pop knows this about me. Like, I need things to work correctly. Like, I'm not very good with like things that don't work on the fly. So like I said, at one point, I said it before we started the show, but at one point he could visually see the stress on my face. I'm sitting at the laptop. I'm like trying to figure things out. I'm like typing 500 words a minute. I'm making sheets. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm used to doing this on 3 screens, right? I've got one little 15-inch laptop screen. So I'm doing things in like snap windows. And at one point, he just looks over at me. He's in the middle of the stream. He just looks over at me with the look like it's going to be okay, and then rubs me on the back. And I was like, that's when I was like, all right, let me take a step back. Maybe I'm like showing my face too much. JJ said I won't forget that face. Yeah. So yes, it was frustrating. At the same time, super cool experience to have people just walk up while we're breaking, start chatting with us, walk by, kind of do one of these numbers, you know, where they're like looking over, trying to see what's happening, showing people the stuff that we hit. So like, you know, guys would come over, oh, you guys hit anything cool? And I'm just like, hold up a gold Corbin Carroll. Yeah, is this kid any good?
Is this all right?
Yeah, and as Caleb just mentioned in the ISO chats, it didn't stop the no-flow orange from flowing through.
Bro, at first I thought it was just coincidence, but there's something up with the no-flow orange. We've been really crushing the orange. Wow, no pun intended, but it happened. That's crazy. You're crushing the orange? That's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy. But, you know, like, to me, all the stress and stuff was worth it because one, like I said, when we started this, I never thought that I'd be breaking at the national. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, it wasn't like as I feel like it wasn't as big last year. This year there was like almost a quarter of the show dedicated to just breaking. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, no, I mean, how do you feel about it, Pop? How did you feel like it went?
Nah, I mean, I'm with you, especially when it comes to like stream issues. You know how like protective I am over the stream because I put a lot of work into it and I want it to like go smoothly. And it's one of like my big like attributes when it comes to like why we work together is like this is something that I've just kind of taken control of. And it being just a pure internet issue was like super frustrating because there's literally nothing I could do. It's not like I could tweak this and fix this and make it was nothing we could do. And we've done so much work in priding ourselves on like how our streams look and what to expect when you break with us. And to have to deal with that was definitely very frustrating. To your point, such an amazing experience for other reasons. Being able to again be there like with the people that I'm breaking for is just like really special because you just don't, we're in chat, which is great. And a lot of you I like talk to, which is so like we have conversations about it and all that's cool. But like being there in person makes it like that much more special. So that part of it is really awesome. And then, getting to meet new people, getting to meet other breakers, see other breaker setups, how they do things.
Talk to other breakers. And
yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Like a lot of the time, I didn't spend a lot of time in the show aside from at our booth, and the time I did spend was literally just spinning the block in the Breakers Pavilion and seeing what other people were doing, and making sure that like we're not missing anything or there's not something out there that we could be doing to give you an even better experience. And yeah, man, we have a lot of stuff that we can learn from this trip, but I think with everything that we were given in the time constraints and the lack of experience, I think we did really well. The one thing we didn't skimp on is all those cases went out on Monday. Topps Chrome being a new release, we could have just boxed it all up, mailed it to ourselves, sorted, bagged, all of that. But we spent hours on Thursday and Saturday and Sunday sorting the 4 cases that we broke and getting it all mailed out. And yeah, again, I don't know a lot of people that would do that. So I'm like proud of that effort that we put in. Wasn't always the smoothest with the stream, but I'm proud of what we did. And I'm excited for, potential future shows that we do.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got to think we touched down in Florida yesterday. We spent probably 8 hours on Sunday night, sorting, mailing, and then we actually got up early in the morning on Monday. Me and Pop took an Uber with all of our mail. It filled the trunk of an SUV, and we dropped it at the post office in Rosemont. And yeah, man, we pulled it off. It was I knew we could, but it was definitely, it's different because you're not in your home base. When I'm here, I know where everything is. We kind of like set up a station. I had us decked out where I had like in the middle of the table, I had penny sleeves, I had top loaders, team bags, and we were working on both sides. Pop was bagging up stuff. I'm printing out labels. It was yeah, man, it was a 101 on teamwork, to be honest.
Yeah, no, and again, like super grateful for that opportunity and the experience we gained from it, because like there was a lot of things that we feel like we did well, but there was also some things that we were like, me and Enzo already had a conversation, like, not gonna be that way next show. We're gonna do X, Y, and Z next show. We're gonna make this happen. And again, you know, this show we really kind of went into it blind. This is our first time having a booth of any sort at any show. And granted, we are sharing a booth with Midwest Box Breaks and the Break Club community. But still, like, we were a part of it, and it was our first time doing that for any show, let alone the national. So it was definitely tough, but I think we learned a lot, and I know me and Enzo are excited to keep improving and keep bringing y'all some fire. That's the plane.
On a plane. Hey.
But actually leads me into like one quick thing. Really, really grateful for everyone's patience and understanding when it came to the national streams. Again, we were really out of our element, especially internet bandwidth wise. So really appreciate everyone jumping in chat, letting us know when our sound dropped, being patient on the replay uploads. We're doing the best we can on getting everything, you know, uploaded, but you're going to see in your mail, as well as obviously we did it live, and we posted all the break hits for everyone. But mostly everyone's been really, really cool about it. So I'm just really, really grateful for those of you out there that support us, that join our breaks, that are part of our community and the community that we're building. Just super, super grateful. And, you know, this weekend would not have happened without many, many of you. So really, really appreciate you. Enzo, you have anything to say on that?
Yeah, so we were able to upload the 7/27, the Thursday breaks. Unfortunately, the 29th streams were like 108p quality, so I can't upload them there. I mean, you can't even see the cards. It's like if I took my glasses off and tried to watch a break, that's how it looks. So unfortunately, we can't get those replays. The ISO team, however, is so great in that they have corrected it, and so like next time we have any issues, they'll have recordings in high quality. So we unfortunately don't have those, but like Pop said, the break hits are up. If anybody's like, if they really want to see the stream, just DM me, but I can't upload it. It's just it would look foolish. Yeah, PSA 3 quality, Caleb says.
Yeah.
But and honestly, like it's on the way too. The only instance where you're not going to get your mail probably by the end of the week is if we had to consolidate some stuff, but we'll probably have everything out Friday latest.
Yep. Yeah, so you'll the people that were stacking and stuff like that, you'll start getting all of your mail middle of next week, and then we're back on our normal mail schedule. We're pretty much back to our normal stream schedule now. So appreciate everyone's patience, but we're getting back into the groove here.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So I know we talked about the show a little bit, but what was like the coolest, like one singular item you saw at the show?
You already know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it's probably mine then. Yeah.
And we talked about our favorite TV shows of all time, best TV shows of all time. And we both said Sopranos. On the show floor, somebody had a framed picture of the Soprano crew. Pussy, Paulie, Chris, Tony, Sil, and it was autographed in gold ink by all of them. It was so fire.
Yeah. Yeah. My close second, because that's my number one. My close second is Rutcap Steppers. My man Rutcap had probably the most durable piece of footwear I think I've ever seen in my life. and he needed them because it started raining on Saturday night, and he was the only one walking without fear.
Yeah, bro. He had the I don't even know what they're called. They're like just mountain boots.
Yeah, but
the athletic ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but they were
walking.
also looked like sneakers. Like they were just them things are built different.
It was a fusion.
It was
fusion of both. Dude, those steppers were amazing. And what's crazy is like Rut went from having Jordans on to those. You know what I mean?
No, man, my man, he understands what he needs. He went.
Yeah, them all-terrain joints.
Yeah, he knew that there was inclement weather on the horizon, and my man's came prepared.
Yeah, like he checked his phone that morning and then proceeded to grab the Subaru boot shoes.
Yeah. But again, well done.
They were, right? They were the Subarus.
Well, dude, and then he looked, and then another grown man was getting upset because he was getting wet in a tank top because it was raining, and Rutcap stared that man in his face.
In his soul, bro. In his soul.
He said, "You'll be okay.
You'll be okay. It's just water."
Yo, that's the confidence, though, man. That's so that was probably the second best thing I saw at the show.
Yeah, no, absolutely. In the Sopranos picture, MKG on Twitter actually was going to go buy it, and some chick at the show actually bought it right in front of him, and he offered her like 500 over ask, and she said no, and he was sad.
Yeah, that's rough,
I'd have been sad too.
That's definitely rough because that's one of them things that doesn't just pop up.
Well, he like took a picture of her to put on Twitter, obviously with her permission. She's just like sitting back smiling. He didn't.
That's tragic.
I feel the pain. Yeah, I could feel the pain, bro. And we walked by that photo like 4 or 5 times, and every time I walked past it, I stopped. It was such a beautiful piece.
No, I mean the show's like filled with very unique items. Obviously, there's all of the run-of-the-mill stuff you'd expect, but especially if you go near like the auction houses and stuff like that,
some sick stuff.
The items that you see are crazy. The displays are sick. Yeah,
security on each one of those.
Some serious stuff. It's definitely an experience. Even if you're not like that big into cards, even just to go for a day and see all of it, it's very interesting. And I think that a lot of people would be very surprised at how many people are there, how filled out the place is. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, no, it's when you explain it to somebody who doesn't like, oh, I'm going to a sports car convention. Oh, okay, cool. But like Austin, I remember when he walked in, he was like, wow. I was like, yeah, like this is the hobby Super Bowl, as Ben calls it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
This is the real deal. Like if you're in the hobby and you're like, a big company, you're at that show. So yeah.
Let me see here. Making sure I didn't miss anything in chat. All right. Well, I think that's it. Unless you're trying to go into the deep end.
Yeah, let's go into the deep end.
All right, Enzo, what you got? What you got for the deep end?
All right. There's a couple of things actually.
Oh wow, I don't only know about one, so now I'm intrigued.
Yeah. So the first thing was, you guys know our feelings about Whatnot. I won't get into too much into that, but for those of you that didn't attend the show, Whatnot had about half of the Breaker Pavilion. They are the ones that sponsored it, so they had an entire half to themselves. And when you walk through this place, and then you walk into our side where the MBB booth was and all the other breakers that aren't Whatnot, there was such a palpable difference. So like you go to the Whatnot side, and everything is yellow. I'm talking like these breakers are breaking with yellow Whatnot mats. They've got Whatnot shirts on. Their backdrops say Whatnot. It's all over the place. Even the backyard breakers booth, which I thought was crazy. But what I thought to myself was, how awesome is it that we're using a platform that is about the marketplace versus themselves? You know what I mean? Like all these breakers they weren't, they broke on Whatnot, but they were different companies, right? So it was like, Breaking Bad was one.
Well, yeah, they had like a whole yellow like backdrop, and think of it like the logos were checkered, except more than half of the checkers were Whatnot, and then occasionally the name or their logo was like sprinkled in like this size.
Yeah, and like I just think to myself, like, man, like if you're going here, you want to promote your brand, and like for some of those guys, I couldn't even tell what their breaking name was, like on Whatnot. You know what I mean? Like I had to like look at their stream and figure it out. Like Pop said, some of them did have like some stuff up. Like that one person had the official breaker of the New Orleans Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
So there were some bigger ones in there that just also used Whatnot. But yeah, it was a lot of just the plain yellow. Everybody had their phone stands. It was a different experience. You get into that part and you're like, that's where all the kids hung out, and like then you go to our side and it was just like the more adult version, if you will. Like everybody's got like cameras and like lighting set up.
It was definitely like a palpable difference for sure.
Yeah. So I just wanted to touch on that. Like, if you're Whatnot, you got to give your breakers a little more leeway on their branding, because ultimately them succeeding is you succeeding. You know what I mean? So like for it to be the opposite of that, I feel like that just kind of tells you right there what their strategy is on branding, and I don't agree with it. But
yeah, I mean, it just makes everyone feel pretty replaceable and very plug and play. But
the next thing that we're going to talk about is content thievery.
Oh,
so look, Twitter, you can grab anybody's tweet and make it your own. But to do it when you are an account with 100,000 plus followers and you're stealing pictures from people's accounts with 1,000 and then pretending like you didn't know that, there was an instance with Collectibles Guru.
I wasn't even gonna put him on like that, because it's getting crazy out here.
Yeah, no, but basically he stole like a screenshot from somebody's phone and then tried to say like he didn't see it post. And like it was just weird, bro. He does it every time where he's like, oh, I just found this, and like I didn't know who to credit. If they would have just DM'd me, I would have credited them. And it's like, bro, come on, man. You say the same thing every time. Nobody believes you. He doesn't read what people reply to him, obviously. I've gone in on him numerous times, and he's never responded to me. He follows me. I'm one of his 900 people he follows, and he never responds to my stuff, which tells me he's not reading. It's all just like robot.
Yeah.
So,
no, it's
me, bro. Just don't do that.
Yeah, I think I said something today on Old Town Cards post, because he quote tweeted and then went on his little tirade, and I was like, man, while I agree with your sentiment, you're quote tweeting this guy and just giving him more and more and more views. So I said it once, I'll say it a million times, and this doesn't have to be us, but please, please, please go out of your way to share the content of your friends and people that are doing things the right way. Right? Getting on anyone's post and just going in trying to bash or whatever, you're just giving them more power. Take a step back and provide value to everyone else in this world by retweeting, liking, commenting on things that are good and things that are helpful, because that's just not it. It's just not it.
Agreed. And I actually quote tweeted in that day. That was hot, but
yeah, no. I mean, we all do it. I do it too, but we just all got to try to do better, because it's just like ultimately is what those types of people want, is controversy and to be talked about. And I feel like we don't talk about like enough of the good people and enough of the good things happening. I know we try to do a good job of highlighting good content that we see. We shout out Mario a few times for the content that he does. We always talk about Employee 84, who's always doing good things for the community, always putting on good events, good things for charities, for other people, always looking to lend a hand. And like, that's the stuff we got to do a better job of like promoting and commenting on, because the algorithm don't lie. And we might say one thing, but clearly we all want more of it.
Yeah, well, and I was going to say, even one of our own Watch the Breaks.
Yep.
One of the oldest hobby influencers in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Dude is wise when it comes to hobby stuff. And, like, posting really, really funny things, really cool things. It's all original. You know what I mean? Like
Paul Lesko, another friend of the show. Like these people, there's people out there that are really doing great content, and do 10%, 20%, 30% of the numbers of people that are just having a bot run, 4 posts a day and, doing a giveaway once a month. And like, those people are running circles around like actual content. But again, it comes down to like what we consume. So the best thing we can do is to consume better content and people that are about this hobby. So that's my challenge to you this week. To you, Enzo, not to the fans. That was my challenge to you.
Yeah, no, I got that. I wrote it down.
Okay, cool. What I say?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. Oh man, but that's all I got for this week. Again, really just kind of getting back into the groove of things for getting back from national. That being said, if you're watching live, stay tuned for just a few minutes. I'm gonna shut the podcast off and we'll chat for a few. Enzo, anything else you got?
No. Catch us next week for episode 13. Let's ride.
Let's ride. All right. Give me 1 second. Where's my... There it is. Perfect. All right. Yeah. So we do have some new breaks posted. So I just wanted to kind of go over them. Just pulling up some details so I give you all the right info. Breaks will be happening Thursday and potentially Friday this week. That is the plan. We got a ton of stuff on the docket, and who knows what other surprises get thrown out. But Enzo, you just posted 2 breaks tonight, right?
I did, yes, sir. Yeah, we had the 23 Topps Chrome 11 box mixer. This one's pretty fun. It's 8 hobby boxes, 2 jumbos, and then a breaker delay. It's kind of our like loose inventory. So there's going to be 16 autos in that color, ton of refractors. The price went up a little bit. I will let you guys know that the Chrome stuff is really, really hot right now. multiple places were out of stock until earlier today. We were finally able to get some. Pricing is just a little bit increased over the last round, but I think this stuff's still going to go up a little more. So if you're on the fence, man, don't wait too long or risk paying a little more for your team. I still think our prices are pretty competitive from what I've seen. So make sure you check that out. I think we're down to 14 in that.
12. How about that?
Down to 12 teams in that. Yeah, so check it out. And then we also just dropped the newest class of football, 23 Legacy half case break. That's 12 boxes, 24 autos. We're down to 26 in that. Just posted it right before we went live here. Make sure you check that out.
Yes, that's that new Enzo. Are you gonna chase some AR or what?
Nah, probably not. You know how I am. I never go for like the top.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a Gator this time. We got to do it.
Yeah, but now that this stuff, once he starts having stuff in Pro Uni, that's when I'll start attacking the draft pick stuff. You know what I mean? The first Bowman stuff.
Yeah. Well, just so you know, I'm pretty sure his auto is in Colts Uni.
Yeah, no, that doesn't appeal to me. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So now you're going to be able to start hitting the
okay. I see what you're
the throwbacks, the UF stuff that you want.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at.
Yeah, I will say less about it.
Thanks, man.
We see that some of you already saw the new hockey mixer up. 21, 22 Allure and Synergy. Hockey's been fun. I think, Enzo, what, you've done like 6 or 7 breaks now?
Probably more than that. Honestly.
I swear, I think there's only been 2 breaks that were like, eh. Everything else, there's been some good stuff in there. It's been definitely a good change of pace. Appreciate Gloms for getting us to finally do some hockey.
I love you, Gloms.
We also we got 6 spots left in the Star Wars Sapphire Stack cereal. It hasn't happened yet, but my midichlorians are known to tingle from time to time. Maybe we hit an auto. We got this box and 1 more left in the inventory. So after that, I don't know if we'll get more of this, at least for a little bit. Might switch it up, do some Finest or some Galaxy. We'll see how it goes. 5 spots left in the Chronicles random divs. Chronicles has been hot. Is what it is. We've hit a lot of good stuff in it. So hopefully we can keep that trend moving. The Bowman stack right now is 2023 Bowman Jumbo. That just got posted. As well as we're running NBA Chronicles again. And interesting product, very rookie heavy, but we hit a fire auto last time and it wasn't a rookie. So who knows?
Yeah. What happens?
Who knows? But that's all we got. All of the stuff is up in the MBB Marketplace. If you actually go to the MBB Marketplace, like homepage, we should be right there, like second row. You'll see No Flow. You'll see all of our breaks. Jump in. Thursday will be a big night, as will Friday, probably. Saturday is a celebration of my mom's birthday, so I will not be streaming Saturday, or she would not be pleased with me. So Thursday and Friday this week. Starting next week, we'll be back to normal. Shake and Break show on Monday. Breaks Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday with some stack stuff in between. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all coming out. Enzo, anything else for the peeps?
No, that's it, man. See you guys on Thursday. That's right.
All right, you heard the man. See you Thursday. And JJ, there's Bowman in the store. Go buy some. Let's ride.